So if you're in user research, you know the drill, right? It feels like most of your time isn't actually spent talking to users. It's spent on all the prep work. Well, today, we are going to fix that. I'm going to walk you through 7 specific ChatGPT prompts that are absolute game changers. They're going to help you get back your time and seriously boost the quality of your insights. Okay, here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll talk about the research time trap, that feeling of being bogged down. Then, we'll look at the AI productivity boom and the data behind it. After that, some crucial rules for effective prompting. Then, the main event, your AI research toolkit full of prompts. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to become a true power user.
All right, let's get right into it. The research time trap. I mean, the question says it all, right? Why is it that so much of our time in user research isn't actually about the user? It's a huge problem. And if you're a researcher, a PM, a designer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 75%. Just let that sink in for a second. That's the number we're up against. It's not a small thing. It's a huge drain on your time and energy, keeping you buried in admin work instead of finding those game-changing insights.
Yeah, let me put it another way. For every 1 hour, just 60 minutes that you get to spend actually talking to a user, you're spending 3 hours on everything else. You know, the scheduling, the transcribing, wrangling data, writing guides. It's a totally broken ratio. Okay, so that's the problem. Now for the solution. Let's talk about the AI productivity boom, because this isn't just hype. There's real data behind what I'd call a revolution in how we do user research. And the evidence is, well, it's pretty overwhelming. We're not just talking about being a little faster. A huge study from Harvard and MIT found that people using tools like GPT-4 produced work that was 40% higher quality. And it's not just about quality. Nielsen-Norman Group clocked productivity gains of up to 66%. That's just wild. And it gets even crazier when you look at specific tasks. An analysis by Anthropic, the folks behind Claude, found that on certain research activities, you can save a median of 84% of your time. 84%! That's not just an improvement, that's a total game changer.
Okay, but here's the catch, and it's a big one. These incredible gains, they don't just happen by magic. The data is super clear on this. If you just dabble with AI, use it casually, you're going to see pretty minimal benefits. The huge wins, those are reserved for the people who become power users, the ones who use it strategically and make it part of their workflow.
So, how do you become a power user? That's what we're getting into now. And look, you don't need to be a tech wizard. It all starts with a super simple but really effective framework for how you write your prompts. This is the key to getting great results every single time. Honestly, it boils down to just 4 steps. Super simple. 1, always give it context first. Don't just jump in with a question. 2, use what I call the RTF framework. We'll get to that in a sec. 3, iterate. The first output is just a starting point. And 4, and this is non-negotiable, always validate what the AI gives you. You're the expert. So this is that RTF framework I just mentioned. It's so simple, but it works wonders. R is for role. You tell the AI who to be. Act like a senior UX researcher. T is for task. You tell it what to do. Generate 10 open-ended interview questions. And F is for format. Tell it how you want the answer. Format is bullet points. See? Role, task, format. RTF. It's a fantastic little recipe. Okay, and I really have to hammer this point home because it's the most important rule. AI can and does make stuff up. They call it hallucinating. It can sound totally convincing, but be completely wrong. So think of it this way. AI is your co-pilot, not the pilot. You are still in charge. Your expertise is the final essential quality check. All right, this is the part you've been waiting for, the main event. We're diving into the AI Research Toolkit. These are the actual copy and paste prompts you can use to totally supercharge your workflow like today. First up, prompt number 1, the interview question generator. This thing is an absolute lifesaver for prep time. And just look at how it's built. We're not just asking for questions, we're telling it to be a senior UX researcher, to generate open-ended questions, to specifically avoid leading questions, and to focus on the user's goals and pain points. That's how you get quality. And check out the kind of thing you get back. These questions are fantastic. Tell me about the last time. That gets a story. What's the most challenging part? That gets you to the pain point. And my favorite, the magic wand question. These are how you uncover the real insights, the stuff that lives beneath the surface. Okay, next up, we're going after the big one. The task that, let's be honest, we all kind of dread. Thematic analysis, sorting through transcripts. Well, this prompt turns the AI into your personal qualitative analyst.
You feed it your raw data, and you ask it to pull out the major themes, complete with names, descriptions, and even quotes.
And boom, this is what you get. Just look at that. It doesn't just give you a theme, it tells you how many people mentioned it, it pulls out a perfect representative quote, and it even suggests a recommendation. This is how you turn a mountain of text into clear, actionable insights in minutes, not days, minutes.
All right, let's talk about personas. We've all seen those bad personas, right? The ones that are just a stock photo and some made-up stuff that nobody ever looks at again. Well, this prompt is the cure for that. You feed it your actual research data, and it builds rich, detailed personas that your team can actually use. And you get something like this: Busy Brian. It's not just a name. You immediately get his goal: eat healthier without a ton of work. You feel his frustration, those extra trips to the store, and that quote, "Just tell me what to make with what I have." That right there is an insight that can drive product decisions. It's real, it's human, and it's grounded in your data. And the toolkit is packed with more. There's a survey question designer to help you avoid bias, a competitive analysis framework to get a lay of the land in a couple of hours instead of a couple of days, and even a recruitment outreach generator that writes your emails and screeners for you. It covers the whole process.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've talked about the framework, we've walked through the toolkit, but the real key, the thing that separates the amateurs from the pros, is how you move from just playing around with this stuff to making it a real strategic advantage.
And really, it comes down to two types of users. On one side, you have the casual user. They ask it generic stuff, think it's kind of cool, but don't see big results. But on the other side, you have the power user. They are intentional. They use frameworks like RTF. They treat AI like a true strategic partner, a co-pilot that makes their own expertise even more powerful.
Which brings us to this final thought, and it's one you've probably heard before, but it's more true now than ever. AI isn't going to take your job. But a researcher who knows how to use AI like we've talked about today, they just might. The question really isn't if you should be using these tools anymore, it's how well you're using them. And hopefully with this toolkit, you're more than ready.